Hello, I am ZHAO Chuang. Let's color the Corythosaurus. We can design its undertone to be grayish. For instance, use a light gray-green as its background, and create some patterns on its body. Large animals may generally have relatively long, dull patterns on their body. We can use brighter colors on its head, because this dinosaur has a crest. Although we believe this crest was used to make sounds, judging from its appearance, it can also serve as a display. Therefore, we can design this part to be conspicuous, resembling many living animals with crests. The specific color can rely on modern animals with the same keratinous crest, such as cassowaries. The crests of cassowaries are generally yellow, but some will become very red or blue-green. We can mix these typical colors of keratin to make its crest blue-green or red, somewhat different from the light green on the body. Besides, some other keratinous parts of its body, such as its beak and hooves, can be colored brown, making these parts look as harmonious as possible. For its belly, we can still use some lighter colors. Now, let's get started. First, fill in the lower part of its body block by block with flesh color, starting with the soft parts such as its face, neck, and chest. Draw the outline first, then fill it in with large strokes. We now come to the flank of its belly. Next is its tail. The entire rear half of the tail can be completely filled in flesh color. The rear of the calf, the inner side of the thigh, and any relatively soft parts can be colored in flesh. Then, we fill in the rest of the body with light green. But when coming to the hands, we have to leave the nails blank because we'll use another color to fill them later. The feet are the same as the hands, with the toenails being uncolored for now. Then, color other parts, especially its front and outside, where the skin looks tougher. When filling in these large areas with color, we can first trace the inside of the outline of the area we are going to color. Trace along the edge. This will make it easier to fill the inner area, and will not make the color out of the edge. The same goes for the tail. Then, we move to its face. Pay attention to leaving the part from the nose to the crest uncolored. We can use pink to slightly embellish the transition between green and flesh color, but be careful not to color too much. For those soft parts that move frequently, especially the armpits, neck, and thighs, we can give it a blood-colored appearance with solid capillaries. This will make this animal in the picture more vital. We also use this green to embellish the nostrils. Next, let's use brown to color its keratinous parts, such as its beak, followed by the top of its nose, which is also covered in keratin. But we will use a brighter color for the crest later. The nails, also made of keratin, can also be filled with brown. Then, we use this brown color to draw its pattern. First, draw a row of triangular patterns along its back. When drawing, try to draw their edge lines as wavy as possible to make them resemble the patterns of a cow, natural and vivid. In the gaps between this row of triangles, we can draw a row of long, nearly rhombus-shaped patterns. Draw them one by one, like stacking bricks. Then, the patterns gradually become smaller in these gaps. 3 rows or so will be enough. Then, we fill these patterns in brown. We now don't have any evidence about the colors or patterns on the hadrosaurs, so if you like other color schemes, you can create them according to your preferences. When coming to the end of the tail, we can make the stripe into a continuous ring. The patterns on the legs can gradually lengthen horizontally, shaping them to grow around the legs, and feeling like the patterns change with its body structure. Then, use smaller patterns to embellish the gaps. This brown can also be used to color the ground, but don't color the ground too concrete, just a few strokes will do. Then, let's use slate blue to color the middle part of its crest. The rear of the crest can be embellished with bright red, and the front can be colored dark gray. We can roughly color the crest based on that of hornbills or cassowaries, some cassowary individuals, so that they look more vivid and lifelike. For those protrusions on its back, we color them with the same gray as the edge of the crest to give it continuity. Use slight yellow to decorate the dust at its feet. Let's imagine the dust is in front of our eyes. Assume the sun is shining from the left, and just draw the shading on the right. Finally, embellish its eyes. Good. In this way, we have finished coloring this Corythosaurus.